Good morning, pregame crew. It is Wednesday, June 15th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning. You're at the pregame show. And this is who I am, Charkow Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter and hit that like button for the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. What I do every morning is I go over indices, commodities, cryptos, movers, and shakers of the day. I go over about 25 charts in 25 minutes, and my goal is to get you ready for this crazy FOMC trading day. So if you're tuning in later in the day, you may want to fast forward till this says 6:30. That's where I'll get started with the meat and potatoes of our charts. In the meantime, I'm going to do some housekeeping, audio visual check, please, and greet my friends. Good morning, Night Truck, Greg, Judd, Jorge, full name, love that, Alejandro, Lisa, Miss SB Local, Chris, Mal, hey Colby, hey Luciano. Colby, you're a new member in our room, huh? Did you find us from the pregame show? Just curious. Hey Luciana. Bonjour Maria. Nursin, if it's lunchtime and you love me, you will go eat some fish and chips for me. Hey Bobo, Derek, Diego, Mike, thanks Judd, appreciate it. Hey Sid. I got a lot of stuff for you today and I hope it's helpful. Kept waking up last night like every hour and a half, 2 hours, thinking of new things to say. So it was obviously on my mind when I went to sleep, yet I still feel rested. Had my athletic greens this morning, had some really good coffee, ready to tackle the day. Hi Diego, thank you for the Navajo greeting. Axel, Roger, Nisarj, in India, hi. Hey Michael. Hey Bobby, yeah, thanks for hitting that like button. Now let me go back and see if there are any chart requests yet. Thanks, Dr. Michael, I appreciate it. You'll go after the gym, you'll go get some fish and chips for me? Thank you. Hey Dan. Perfect. Luciana, thank you. Hi, Metabolic Entanglement. How are you? Okay, who has a chart request? Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Gerbil. Sometimes I really want to know why y'all name yourselves what you name yourselves on YouTube. In this very instance, I don't want to know why. Okay. Neo, super strong yesterday. As you can see, I was trading it yesterday. I had lots of levels marked on my chart. So we're above yesterday's high. China names have some favor this morning. Have some gaps up here. Our next resistance is 1918 on the daily, then 1968. We've gotten above that 1918 this morning. We hit 1930. So in this case, this could be a gap up for selling using 1968 as your resistance. But be careful. It's just been a bulldozer. So maybe wait for a stair step pattern, but I don't know that I could go long up here on Neo. Thank you, Sharon. Michael Biddle, I'm going to let you in on a secret. The market doesn't want anything, and I don't mean to be sassy, I promise, but it's good for us as traders to reprogram our brains and to getting stuck identifying why things are happening, and then assuming the market wants some type of psychological level or whatever it may be. The market doesn't want anything. The market doesn't know what the next moment will be, and neither do you or I. We just have to line up our edges and our system to the highest probability scenarios. So just constantly remind yourself, it doesn't matter why something is happening, what caused it, and it really doesn't matter as traders. It doesn't matter what the market wants. Now, as citizens of the US, maybe it matters. Your 401k, maybe you can't manage it, and it really matters what's going on out there fundamentally and impacting groceries and gas. But as traders, it's a big fat nothing. I literally don't even care what Jerome is going to say today. I care as it relates to being a citizen of the US, but as a trader, I give zero, you know what, could care less. And I think it's a really freeing attitude to adopt as a trader, and some people can't do that, and that's okay too. But I really like the book Letting Go. It's a wonderful book. It's just letting go of what you think is going to happen and what you think the need to know. Just give it up. All right, let me go back. I'm getting behind here. ADA, okay, ADA. I'll go over Coinbase. Potential daily bear flag. So crypto had a rough night. Crypto had a very rough night. However, it has a nice little bounce going. We haven't done a lot to change any trends. What you want to see as a crypto bull is you want to see either an hourly lower high or higher high. It doesn't really matter. Go get that higher low and get the trend change. So we could be setting up a little inverse head and shoulders, but we only have 2 body parts. We need 3 body parts for that to be a confirmed inverse head and shoulders. So be patient. Be patient. I like that ADA didn't take out these lows over here where the larger names did. ETH dumped below that 1074. ADA is a little bit stronger. So that's a feather in the ADA bull's cap. But again, hourly trend changes needed. Back. We'll get started here in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Potential 4-hour bear flag. So rate hikes are good for banks. So banks have had some really rough days. This wasn't a gap down here, but we have some gap downs here. We have some magnets overhead where we have these gaps. So a gap down may be for buying in this scenario. I'm looking for some rotation today. So I'm looking for rotation into 2 things. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. XLF. Because of interest rate hikes, and we're getting one today, 99.99% chance of getting one. It's just the question is whether it'll be 0.5 or 0.75. So sometimes bad news is good news. If we get a 0.75, yet the 50-point basis was totally factored in, and we get a 0.75, people may think, wow, this could be good for the economy, slowing inflation down. They're finally doing something. So sometimes bad news is good news. That's why I say throw away the fundamentals. SMH has been asleep at the wheel. XLF has been asleep at the wheel. We need SMH to be the fuel behind the market engine, and we need XLF to pull its weight in order for the market to get any sustained bounce going. Hi, Carlos in Italy. Hey, Yona, Yilin. Hey, Keggers. I'll go over ETH. All right, it's 6:30. It's 8:30. Let's get started. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. And what I do here every morning is my goal is to get you ready for the trading day. So I do these notes. I've got some pretty copious notes this morning on FOMC planning, indices, some really key levels that I think are very important today. I'm going to go over crypto, commodities, and movers and shakers of the day. Now, don't get disappointed. You know this is a smaller list than usual, but I am not going to be on a stock picking mission today. I think that is a kamikaze mission, and I don't want to die. And I definitely don't want my money to die. So I am not here to pick stocks. I'm here to get a roadmap for the day on the indices, and I'm going to stick with, I always have Apple up over here. You see that? And I have GDX up. I'm going to stick today with ES because I like the levels. ES and GDX. That's my trades for the day. That's it. And this morning, my hands are going to hurt from sitting on my hands. I anticipate low volume this morning and really low volatility as people are sit on the sidelines and wait for this FOMC reaction. You're going to see algos are going to be dialed down. Don't be as active. Don't be as active during this time period. So that's what I do every morning. Oh, give me a follow on Twitter. I think I mentioned that at ChartGalLori. Yes. Okay, I'm going to get started with FOMC look back period. So if you use TradingView, you can click on this handy dandy tool down here, go to, and you could say go to a certain time frame. Because you know going back on the 15-minute time period, a month and a half is kind of tedious. So I used the go to function. I went to the last FOMC day. This was the last FOMC day. Now where that green arrow is when we got the FOMC reaction, okay? So hang with me here. Hang with me. So if you had all your key levels mapped out last time, Dan made a point of saying the levels held perfectly, and it imprinted on my brain that these levels, of course we know these levels are very important, especially when they hold, but having them mapped out ahead of time is key on days like today. So let's look at what happened. We had a tiny spike up, then we had a spike down, and look at where we held. So if you just kind of scroll out like this, and you look at this prior price action, and you kind of jumble it up, what are the key levels? 430350, that stands out, doesn't it? 4142, 4129, 4129, and then this level down here, 4056. Do you see how there's some key swing high, swing low levels that are screaming magnets? You got to have those levels mapped on your chart if you're going to day trade ES. If you're a swing trader, you're going to let all this mishigas die down and you'll pick up trading tomorrow and investing, and you'll reassess then. This roadmap is for day traders and wannabe ninja traders. This is what these levels are for. History always can teach us something. So we have that initial reaction. We have the fake out down low straight to support. And then we have a huge move up. Look at that, 430350. We hit 403, almost a 4% move. Actually, let me put that. Yeah, it was a 3.83% move from this low after the reaction. So almost a 4% move. Then look at how clear, I don't like the word easy. Look how clear the top fish was. We could not get through that 4303 brick wall. And then look what happened. Down 4%. So key levels, that's your takeaway for the day. And stair step. Stair step will keep you in a trade that's working instead of jumping in and jumping out. I can't tell you how many FOMCs I've traded where it's like, dang it, why did I get out? They had such nice follow through. Use a trade keeper. Stair step is a great trade signal to get in for entries and a trade signal to get out. And stair step is your lifeline today. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google stair step by chart guys. Okay, so we know that we had 4% swings in every direction, in two different directions. So we typically have this quick algo where this is where the algo comes in. This is algo. Okay, this is where Jerome Powell is talking. So this is number one. Reaction number one, algos react based on keywords. Reaction number two, when JP starts talking. And then number three is the real reaction. Once everything is digested into where are we in reality, okay? So this is the anatomy of an FOMC reaction, algo reaction number one. Second reaction, when Jerome starts talking. Third reaction, when we have the real reaction and true digestion. And when I say reaction, these are reversal points. So we have reversal number one, we have reversal number two, and then we have the real reaction, reversal number three. So that is the anatomy of an FOMC reaction. So let's look at today. Where are we today? And what should we have mapped out on our charts? So the 4% move from where I did this a few hours ago, this 394350 sticks out, okay? So if I were you, I'd have that on my chart. You see that little orange triangle right there? I have an alert set. I have an alert set for this gap. Y'all see the gap at 389650? I'm telling y'all, this is some of the best stuff I've come up with for FOMC. I hope I'm helping someone. And if it's trash, it'll turn out to be trash. But I'm pretty excited about these levels. Gap fill at 389650. And then we got the swing high that's really standing out up at 394350. Of course, we can't forget this obvious level here, 380750. So I have a little orange dot there. Oh, alert, excuse me. So we have some levels down here. 4% would be 370850, down where the low was yesterday. And then below that, 365650. I can bring y'all over there to show y'all where they are. It's from January and February. You can look at it. Their key daily supports to stick out on the daily. 365650 and then 3596. So those are my key levels for the day. Now, as we get some action that develops throughout the day, I will mark up my chart just a little bit more. I'll make sure I have my key levels. I'm not going to over mark it up. I want to know when they're absolutely stand out. So that this one, I would probably change to something like, I want to know that it is a key level. This is your do not pass and collect go. The same thing, or like $200, whatever. Same thing here. These are pretty key. And then the shorter term time frames, I'll probably just leave white. Does that make sense? And I'm going to do the same thing to support. I'm going to change this to red. I'm giving you a roadmap of how to trade today, okay? If you're here looking for something else, what I normally do, sorry, I'm just changing it for what we need versus what you want. Okay, so if we were get 4% moves in either direction, we now have our roadmap of what levels. So by me coloring it red, it changes the text over here on the legend red over here, and that'll help you kind of figure out. You can just stop and screenshot this if I'm talking too fast. If you're a TCG member, I'll just copy and paste this when I'm done, and I have those levels mapped out here, and then that way you can slice and dice some yourself. Okay, so here's what Hang Seng was up a little over 1% overnight. DAX was slightly green. Let me see what that status is now. Yep, DAX is still over 1%. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. Okay, so mark up your charts. I would stick with indices or gold. So I'm not poking fun at anyone. If you have a system that's working, you just turn your ear. You don't need to listen to the next few sentences. But if you are looking to day trade volatility, I would not be looking at biotech today. I just think that you're just over in the corner messing with the wrong animal today. I think you stick with indices. I'm going to stick with ES because the levels are clear, or gold. Gold has nice volatility, and I'm going to trade that via GDX, Nugget, or Dust. And then I'm going to stick with ES. And my plan is to just stick with ES. It's difficult to monitor multiple rooms, or multiple charts. Plus, I'm monitoring the room. And by the way, TCGers, Dan will be live streaming the FOMC reaction. Stair steps are your friend. I've been saying that a lot lately, huh? If you haven't watched that video, you really need to. Low volume, low volatility morning. And then we have that initial, the second, the third. Okay, so we talked about that. Caution day. FOMC days, CPI days, ADP days, any big economic data day is a caution day. So Dan will call that an anomaly day. This is days where things can happen out of the ordinary. So if you're not equipped to handle extreme moves or out of the ordinary moves, this day is going to throw you for a loop. So please use stop losses. And this is the most important day, the 4 times a year we have this meeting, that I can emphasize. I think it's 4 times a year, whatever, however long these FOMC, are they every month now? It is important, very important to use stop losses. And I have zero interest in what Powell has to say for me as a trader. Now, Lori, mom, who wants her young adults to be able to afford a house one day, I sure don't like that the mortgage rates went up to 6.28%, up from 5.5% last week. That's terrible. But that's not Lori the trader. I'm a businesswoman. Trading is my business, and I'm not going to factor in data that could just cloud my brain and has no impact to me as a trader. The levels do. Okay, indices. We got the Great Wall of Louisiana appearing again. For those of you who are new, that's just my joke when I say the hourly 50 MA. We're trying to deal with it right now. On ES, we've dealt with it. On NASDAQ, we're over it. RTY, we're dealing with it. And YM, we're almost over it. So look at the hourly 50 MA. It's been a booger bear for these bulls. Booger bear, bear bull, haha. For these bulls for a while now. So we currently have an hourly uptrend, and we got over the hourly 50 RSI. Do y'all see that? But what have we not done? We haven't gotten hourly overbought. Hourly overbought matched up with our key ES levels may be a great area to short today, looking for those daily lower highs. Okay, VIX. Okay, Paul, you're probably right. I'm having a blonde moment. and that's okay. We're allowed. Okay, 12-hour. So we have a potential 12-hour bull flag on VIX. This looks very bullish. There's nothing bearish about this chart at the moment. And look how much room they have. They are so comfy, cozy, looking for a higher low. It would be interesting if they would fill this gap. That would give market bulls a fighting chance, and then we could top fish a lower high on VIX and bottom fish a higher low on the market. But VIX bulls are comfy, cozy, and market bears are comfy, cozy. Okay, US 2-year, US 10-year, they're down nicely today. And that is really helping the NASDAQ bulls get a bounce going, but look at what we're doing. So VIX, US 2-year, and US 10-year are inverse the market. Let me say it again. VIX, US 2-year, US 10-year are generally inverse the market. So US 2-year, potential 12-hour bear flag. US 10-year, potential 12-hour bear flag. VIX, potential 12-hour bear flag. Let's go back and look at ES on the 4-hour. Y'all see, this was our bear flag yesterday. It played out perfectly. Look what we have going again. Now the bounce is making enough room for a 4-hour higher low. So things are going to get interesting and tight, I assume, before the FOMC meeting. Kinda, yeah, booger bear, that's kind of like it. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a bad night, a really bad night. So we are down significantly. Let me see if I can measure from close yesterday. Somewhere in here. That can't be right. No, I'm way too far back. June 14th. We're down about 11% overnight on crypto. So the markets were bouncing overnight and crypto was going inverse. So the question is Bitcoin leading the way down and giving us a heads up signal as to what could happen with the market? Possibly. Or is it just because Bitcoin is the riskiest asset and people are throwing it away? Oh, let me go back. Potential 4-hour bear flag. Really good looking bear flag if you're a bear. You're liking that. Daily, we did have a big volume climax on, what was that, Sunday? No, Monday. Huge bear volume pouring in. And on the hourly, beautiful bounce. We got a higher high. The higher high means nothing till we get a higher low. Bulls have bounced enough to give themselves room for a higher low. I would take off inverse head and shoulders because we broke that neckline. It was looking good for a minute, but we broke that neckline, which is a sign of overall strength that we're going to a higher high. But we need that higher low. Oh, God. Thank you, Judd. Okay. Okay. ETH, yep, they got rid of the inverse head and shoulder possibility as well by popping through it. But we got that higher high on the 30-minute, got the higher high on the hourly. Now let's go get the higher low and then get a trend change. Nice bull volume increasing as well. Gold, beautiful bounce. Okay, yesterday, here's my love letter to y'all. The Queen of the Mountain setup from yesterday's morning didn't allow for a lower low on GDX, fitting this gold pattern. We knew about this gold pattern yesterday, and this is the reason I was telling y'all I was looking for a bottom fish right there on GDX. I was looking for it. Because of this gold broadening formation, I was looking for it. And we got that final low in that 12-hour megaphone, and we bounced. But on GDX, I didn't give any room for that. GDX, I was excited about this daily triple bottom here. Now, this isn't a 12-hour megaphone, but it should have allowed for a slight lower low without follow-through, and I should have factored that in. So overall, gold is bullish. It'll be interesting to see how it resolves. I'm not going to take this megaphone off my chart. The daily 50 MA is up at 1880, and that's where resistance is. That would be a key area to watch. So if you like volatility and you're a ninja, I would watch gold for potential scalping today and use those stair-step patterns. And right now, gold, it's not a clean stair-step on the hourly, but nice bull trend day or trending moment. So when it pulls back, you may get an opportunity to buy a dip. Plenty of room for hourly higher low. Plenty of room for 4-hour higher low. You see how Bitcoin and gold look so much alike? Again, these secondary assets, secondary to the market, really sold off overnight. And now they're having a great bounce. Oil, this 4-hour megaphone, Dan was posting it this morning. I was noticing it. We talked about gold. Oil. Oil was so strong yesterday, got that gnarly higher high and then pulled back. Now it's holding the bottom of this trend line. I want another oil short, but I need a bounce up into the 119.50 area. And I would love to short oil again, but I'm not going to do anything until after inventory today. Now, inventory today at, what's the time? 10:30 Eastern. Okay, Nat Gas is breaking these resistances. How was that trade set up yesterday? Yeah, if y'all could, Carlos, thank you for that. If y'all could report that imposter, that would be great. She's doing great, though. Girl is crushing it. She has way more members than me, the fake girl. I'm Chart Gal Lori with no S. And I'm the only one with the accent, I promise. All right, so that daily diamond pattern, that was nails yesterday. That was my best trade of the whole day. Super excited and proud of that one. So we talked about yesterday, we talked about top fishing that 892. Just a great bounce. Now, I would love to shorten Nat Gas again. I've covered. So 772 may be that area where a daily bear flag would still be possible. So I just need some downtrends on shorter term time frames to let me know the top is in. But I am looking for more of a bounce. Inventory tomorrow. Will Smith that like button for Lori. Yeah, slap it. Okay. Apple, this was my drawing from yesterday. I just added a few supports this morning, but we could not get over that 135.20. It's still the most important level. We got to get over that, because then what happens? We're over these pesky hourly EMAs and we're over the hourly 50 EMA. So 135.20 is still the litmus test, the line in the ground, the line in the sand. Apple's got to get through it, and then we could possibly get a bounce going. But hourly overbought, bears are going to be stepping in. So hourly overbought, watch it, watch it, watch it. So what's the takeaway today? Hourly overbought on these names. Watch for daily lower highs. Hourly overbought. And you just, whatever name you're watching, you say, okay, tell me when RSI gets to 70. Easy peasy. Amazon. So Amazon, do y'all remember yesterday we talked about these hourly EMAs dominating price? Well, guess who's still holding down price? It's kind of like got their hand on their head and pushing it below water, and the bulls can get no reprieve. They got to get over the hourly 50 EMA, got to get over the hourly EMA and 50 EMA. We have resistance over here. I want that day level. 106.54. 106.54 is the line in sand. I just do 50 because I want to know right before it gets there. Is the line in sand for Amazon bulls. They have a daily double bottom for now, and that's the story. Oh, wait, let me go back to Amazon. We got all these gaps overhead. When you gap down and you gap down and you create all of these little gaps overhead, they can tend to be fun to fill. So I think that bears are in a precarious situation down here if we can get over 106.54. Right now they're comfy cozy. But over 106.54, business could pick up. Hourly, we're still below the 50 RSI. Amazon is a relative underperformer to the market. Now, NVDA is put up or shut up time for SMH. SMH has been leading the way down. SMH is our momentum index, our momentum sector. It's the fire to our engine. We got to get over these hourly EMAs and moving averages, and your daily resistance is 163.12. 163.12. Then look at the gaps that NVDA has overhead. 312. If I were a bear today, I would feel comfortable, absolutely comfortable, but I would say that Monday's high, whatever name you're looking at, if that name takes out Monday's high, that's going to start putting pressure on bears, because then we got these gaps. So just remember that Monday's high, Monday's high, Monday's high. But hourly overbought is where bears are going to get cocky again. All right. Tesla. Paul, yes, an Apple short around 135 makes sense. But the question is, are you doing this at, I'm trying to convert the time. Are you doing this at 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern? 11 a.m. Eastern is going to be so boring. That's not an I, sorry. It's going to be so boring. So shorting it mid-morning is not going to get you a lot of movement. If that's something you want to do on a pop here, then you have to wait for a 2-minute trend change. Hit that 135 level. Pause. Get trend confirmation, and then prove it with bear volume. If there's no bear volume, then it's bulls catching their breath on the bounce up. You have to know the difference. We want trend change confirmation, and then we want volume confirmation that, yes, this is a place where bears are stepping in. Hey, Redondo Beach. How are ya? Okay, Tesla. Tesla's relatively strong. Look at it. We have a nice hourly EQ. We still haven't gotten over the hourly 50 MA, but the bulls are a little more comfy cozy over here. I wouldn't say cozy, but they're a little more comfortable. Resistance 37899, 37990, hourly EQ. I think this is an interesting setup. Tesla and Baba, I would be looking at more long than the others, because Amazon and Nvidia are underperformers unless they change their tune today. Okay, I want to show you how this looks different. So this is Baba. Plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low compared to 97.58. Plenty of room for a daily higher low. Are we setting it? Yes, we most likely set the daily higher low. Now look at this 4-hour. So if you want to look long and on an individual name, go to your outperformers, Baba, and buy pullbacks. I would be looking at a pullback buy compared to 97.58. China names have strength this morning. Okay, I'll look at RRC. You're welcome, Redondo. So that was my last name in the Queen of the Mountain Moments. In 6 minutes, we have, what's today, Wednesday? Dan will be going live over in the chat room, and that's why I kind of wrap it up during this time. So I'll look at RRC. Oil's in a precarious situation. We just saw that 4-hour megaphone, and we've lost the daily uptrend on RRC. You see that, Redondo? So now on a bounce, bears are going to be looking to short. So if you want to short this name, where do you short, y'all? I've been preaching this week. Evangelistic. Y'all know this. 5-minute overbought. First 5-minute overbought. 15 overbought. Hourly overbought. I would be looking for shorts in this name, but I would wait for it to bounce from this area. We need a bounce to short. We have oil inventory that could impact a name like this. So you need a bounce to short, but I would be looking short. Probably I would wait for those daily EMA area. XLV. 2 more names. Thank you, Systemic. I've got the best friends. Okay, XLV looks terrible, but doesn't it look like NVDA and Amazon? It looks awful. But look at these gaps we got going on up here. But it absolutely looks terrible. 119.67 is your support. You don't have a lot of support till 116. So it looks awful. Absolutely awful. XLV and XLE are typically names that people run to during in times of inflation. And XLV. So we'll see if it can get going again because it has had a favorable year. Okay, I'm just making my way around. You're welcome, Redondo. Yeah, if y'all could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna go over one more crisp from my girl Mary. This monthly chart's a train wreck. Genomics name. Weekly, we have enough room for a higher low. You got a broadening formation, Mary. I'm just going to draw it quickly. I need to run. But it has these lower lows without a lot of follow through, higher highs without a lot of follow through. Be aware of that. You have enough room for a weekly higher low. Daily, ooh, tweezer bottom. Y'all see that? That's a cute one. We like tweezer bottoms in here. 53, 52, 53, 36. That's essentially a double bottom. And then you could play long off of that as long as it holds. Hourly, I'd wait for a pullback for, I can't get my pen straight today. I'm having pen issues. You could look for a pullback to buy against that 53, 52, 53, 36. All right, that's it for me. I love y'all so much. Use stop losses, TCGers. I'll go copy all these notes so you can have them. Go give me a follow on Chark Al Lori before you exit. Hit that like button. And thanks again for being here.